What up, friends? How are you doing? Good morning. How are you? I slept so freaking good last night. And I had this dream last night. And I'm like, who are these people? Hoppo, who these men? I'm just kidding. Or who is that man? How does it go? Yeah, it was weird. Like I was like I don't even know where I was at. I didn't recognize anything, anybody. Like, I'm like, who are these people? I hate those dreams. I mean, okay, no. Let me take it back. Let me take it back. I much prefer to have dreams about people I know. So I'm having coffee because I'm questioning. I'm questioning my whole life right now. I am on my monthly visitor, and it's painful. It's painful. But I am happy I'm always happy because the way I see your monthly cycle now, before this whole spiritual stuff, it means a lot more to me. So I'm very thankful to have it. I'm a woman of a particular age and it could stop at any time. You know what I mean? I don't know when it stops or what. It's different for everybody, just like when you start, it's different. But for me, when I get it now, I'm very thankful to have it because of how powerful women are when they have it. If you don't know about that, look it up. It makes me appreciate it more. Okay, so let me get into this video here. I'm gonna talk about three different things. Okay, Medusa Gotti and her all her registries. Number two, I just want to say my part on it. I'm not judging anybody or anything like that, but just hear what I have to say about it. Excuse me, I'm so disgusted. Okay, number two is lives life. Number three is small businesses. Numero uno. Okay, mis amigos. So number one, Medusa Gotti. She had like 10,000 gift registries. But I was watching Podcasting Bay, Silver Time Talks with Kale, or she changed the name. I keep on calling it Silver Time Talks with Kales, but she changed it. But it's Podcasting Bay. You can search her under that name. Okay, so she had an issue with it. She had some people on panel who were hilarious. Oh my gosh, y'all were so funny. And I just love watching when she has call-ins and different women, different opinions, different on different sides of the fence with this argument can get along and not be catty, and not take it personal. Like we can have discussions and not you know, get all mad. It's beautiful. I just love because women get a bad rap. Okay, me, I'm not fighting with no women. Okay, I'm not that type. I'm not jealous of the next woman, ever, ever. That's not even in my vocabulary. That's not even how I think. Okay, I'm more of a cheer you on type of woman, but rather than tear you down. I know some women aren't like that, but for me myself, I like to I feel women have it harder in life, especially black women have it hard in life. And I acknowledge that. I don't think we should be fighting each other, especially for no dusty, you know what I mean? Um, or for anybody, for love interest or anything like that. I hate when that happens. I really do. Because I'm like, is there not anybody else, Is there anybody else that can be. There's just a lot of people out there. Anyways, so Medusa Gotti put up a couple of registries the other day. First, it was for Paris, which was Hips's daughter. Okay. And honestly, it made me look at her a different way. All right. Some argue that maybe she was getting back at Jasmine, getting under her skin because, Jasmine likes the handouts. Some people say that she has a man at home. I don't know if that's true or not. Some people say that it was too much in one day, you know. And then some people said that her followers asked for it. I do follow her on Instagram and on the YouTubes because I was curious as fuck about her story, her side of the story. So my opinion is I kind of had a problem with it, and I'm not one to count anybody's money and be in anybody's pocket. Okay, I don't like it when people do that to me because I don't depend on anybody. But I have her on Instagram, and homegirl is always in a bar. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but I know she's been at a bar more than I have. Okay, since I've been following her. And somebody like that is not hard up for money. I believe in helping one another as women. But if you're up at a bar, I don't see that as being on the struggle bus. I believe if somebody needs help, to do it for the children, yes. If her followers asked for it, cool. But I do believe she should have said, like, thank you in her community post. I do agree with that. I believe that, you know, I don't know because she claimed to be like an independent woman, a a boss bitch. She's been doing it on her own this whole time. So if people ask for Paris, I would understand. But then again, she refuses to put him on child support, which is maybe her own personal. But why is he getting away with not paying child support? I feel every man who has taken part in the fun of creating a baby, wink, wink, uh, should take the responsibility. I've never been one to keep my child from I have two baby daddies. Okay. I've never been one to keep somebody from their child. Never. And I told the both of my baby daddies that I was not going to do that. That I wasn't going to keep anybody. It like our beef is our beef. With the relationship with the children is very important. It's above our relationship. Okay. So I've never been one to do that. Now he has anger issues or whatever, but there are ways around it. He can have supervised visit, but it takes you, Medusa, to take him to child support, which I'm surprised the state of Texas didn't already do it because I'm pretty sure her daughter's on Medicaid and they automatically ask because they're going to get their money, whether if it's from the taxpayers or from the daddy. They'll try to go to the daddy. Why does he get away with not taking responsibility while he's laid up underneath or on top of Jasmine and pretending to be a father to her children? He he partook in the fun of wink wink having the baby. It's one thing, okay, he doesn't have to see her, but financially we need to hold him responsible for it because you're taking now from the viewers, you're taking from their children, their livelihood. They're taking out of their pockets to give to you, but you said you're independent. You said you don't need people's help or you don't need his help or whatever. I understand like if it was her birthday or whatever, but you said that from yourself and then adding the other, which I don't have anything against the babies. I'm always I've donated many times to the sector, so I can't say anything about that. But just the fact that Hipstopher and whoever the baby, like make sure they're holding their end of the bargain too. You didn't make the babies by yourself. You know what I mean? And don't ever feel a ways about putting your baby daddies on child support. Don't do that. Like, or at least have him send, I mean, he doesn't have to see, but he should financially be responsible because he partook in the activity. So, I mean, that's just how I see it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just think that that was kind of all in one day was a bit much. I understand for Paris, but then again, when does Hips get to pay his part of the deal? You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just was my opinion. And like I said, she's been in the bar more than I have. So I don't know if she's really hard up. You know what I mean? So, and I don't have anything against her. I do support her on two platforms. So I feel I'm entitled to say what I gotta say about it. Okay. And it's no hate to her either. I'm not here coming from a hateful place. I'm just saying, like, you're taking from people. You're like, if it's against Jasmine, the viewers are the ones suffering. Like, if she is going to just doing it just despite Jasmine, well, you're taking from people and their children and their families. We're about to go through a recession here, people. You know what I mean? Like, serious things are about to happen. Anyway, so that's enough about that. Yeah, I think it was a bit much. She's in a bar more than me. She's not hard up. If people ask, cool, but I think it was a bit overkill doing the three registries in one day. Also, excuse me. So my next subject is gonna be Liv's life. This woman is just, she was skiing in that last video. The way she was chugging that water, she's either on crack or she's on phentermine, because phentermine makes you so thirsty. And she was like just standing there, just sweating, and in her face, you could tell she was skiing. Okay. So what I'm gonna say, that's not what I was gonna talk about. I was just bringing that up. Okay, so hang on, let me get a drink here. I'm just blabbering away. Hold on. Okay, so what she's failing to realize, like, people, yes, we're passing judgment. Okay, we are. No, your life isn't ours, but you're the one that put it on the platform. You're the one that put it out there. You're the one that threw your family under the bus and sacrificed them for fame. You did that, not us. And we're just merely commenting on what you're putting out there. Okay. And it's not despite you, it's because of what you did to your children, what you put your children through with little, very little remorse, if any. Besides, I think it's just your pride and your ego that's the problem here. I don't even think you're even thinking about the children. Like, you're just thinking about yourself. And yes, when you're on a spiritual journey, like you're trying to say you're on, it is about yourself, but that's for people that were like me. I would never put myself first. I would put other people first, my children first. Those people are the ones that need to put themselves first. I think you've been putting yourself first this whole time. Someone like you, step number one is to stop lying and be truthful with yourself. Number two is to start being a selfless person. Stop being a selfish person. You're not like us people who, excuse me, who would take our shirt off our own back and give it to somebody, or give somebody our last penny. You didn't do that. So your journey shouldn't be, I'm putting me first. You've been putting you first this whole time. That's how I know you're ignorant to the spiritual journey. You're ignorant to all of this because you have been very selfish, and your selfishness is what has gotten you to where you're at. It's enough of putting you first. Now it's time for you to think about your mom and what you're putting her through. She can't even retire. She's still babysitting you. She raised her kids, and she's still right there behind you. She has other grandkids, I'm pretty sure. But she has to constantly take care of you, whether it's involuntarily or involuntarily. But you should not be codependent with somebody that much at your age. That's another thing in a spiritual journey. You have to learn to do things on your own and stop worrying about other people's opinions. Ours too. People are going to comment no matter what, and you should know this. You've been in the game how long? And the fact that what people say still gets to you, and you can't, like, just ignore it and move on and try to be great, you are crumbling. Like, people are pointing at you and commenting and saying things like this or whatever, saying things about you, and you are crumbling because you can't take the heat. You can't take it, because that tells me your whole life You've been yes to death. You've been spoiled your whole life. And once you don't get your way, you throw these fits. Once things don't happen your way, and in your marriage, you wanted to be the alpha male. You wanted to be the masculine woman and put Gerard in his place. You were never equal with him. You were always competing with him. And y'all could never have a cohesive marriage because you were always trying to be above him and belittle him when you started rolling in the money. So you have this whole spiritual thing completely wrong. It's different for everybody. That's why I said your journey will be different than ours, than most of us, because we would do so much for other people and we would put ourselves last. You've never put yourself last. You put yourself first. So that's why you need to flip it around and you need to start doing for other people. Okay? You need to just take a look at it again. It's cool if you're on a spiritual journey, whatever. It offends me the way you mock it, the way you make fun of it, but I think that's you trying. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, even though you don't deserve it. But who am I? A nobody. Okay. So yeah, it's not about you. It's not against you. It's what you did to your children. It's what you put them through. What you constantly put them through. And it's just for personal gain. It's not to benefit them. You're doing all this despite them, despite Gerard, despite Nisha. It's not because you have good intentions. So there's that. Next thing, small businesses. Let's support, keep on supporting our small businesses, mom and pop shops, because we're about to go through a recession, people, and we want them to survive. There's a lot of businesses that didn't survive COVID. A lot of places it's different nowadays, the way we do shopping and stuff like that. I know I shop from Amazon a lot because it's convenient, but I'm gonna kind of go back on that. And if it's something I don't need like right away, which I shop from small businesses all the time, but I do have my times when I start buying from Amazon because it's just easier and faster. And let's be patient. I know sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but let's keep these small businesses, let's keep these people's dreams alive by supporting small businesses. And and if anybody has a small business out there, I like beauty items, or I love merch. If anybody has merch, any small businesses that in this sector, especially, I always want to support the Black women, always, because I see how it is with Black women have it harder. So always try to help them out first. It's no offense to anybody else. Okay, I do support other, it's just that's just where my main priority is, because for me, I just seen it growing up how hard it was. So for you guys, and by me witnessing it, I didn't live it. I can't say I know what it feels like, but I do feel, I do feel for you guys. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, so let's go ahead and continue. I just love how everybody in this sector, how it's kind of like turning around. If you've noticed, it kind of got a little sloppy there when Zolo was around here more, and he had these little he had this little following, that he created, and it got a little bit sloppy there. But it seems to me like everybody's starting to come around. Like it to me, like the reactions are a lot different now. It's more like lessons, and I just love that. I just love that. These are teachable moments, you know what I mean? And I think it's beautiful when women, especially because we tend to be, I guess, catty with each other, can come together and talk and agree to disagree, and still, nobody fighting. You know what I mean? Like what happened in Houston with the Mamiana gang. Like that was very short lived. Like that was very short lived. But I mean, I think everybody else has proved now that other women can get along. And agree to disagree and still be friends. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'll let y'all go. I'm gonna get ready for work, and y'all have a good day. Bye bye.